Imagine if one person could make all the rules, spend all the money, and even decide what's fair, all by themselves. That'd be like letting the referee, coach, and quarterback all be the same person in a football game. Not exactly fair, right? That's why America's founders built something called checks and balances. It's how they keep power from getting out of control, like a fire that warms the house but doesn't burn it down. So what are checks and balances? They're the powers each branch of our government uses to limit the others. That way, no single group or person can take over. The founding fathers, especially James Madison, were super worried about tyranny. After fighting British rule, they didn't want a king or a dictator popping up in America. Madison even wrote, "Ambition must be made to counteract ambition." In other words, if one branch gets too ambitious, the others can pull them back. Let's break it down. The president can veto bills from Congress, appoint judges, grant pardons, and negotiate treaties. But the president isn't a one-person show. Congress can override those vetoes with a 2/3 vote, impeach and even remove the president or judges, approve appointments, and control government spending. That's a lot of oversight. The judicial branch can declare laws or presidential actions unconstitutional, interpret laws, and make sure trials are fair. It's like referees making sure everyone plays by the rules. Now, you might be thinking, does this actually work? Let's look at some real-life drama. In 1974, the Supreme Court ordered President Nixon to hand over secret tapes during the Watergate scandal. The president didn't get special treatment, or in 1998, Congress impeached President Clinton. The Senate didn't remove him, but the process showed Congress can check the president's power. Even today, courts review presidential actions, proving nobody's above the law. So why does this matter to you? Imagine if your school principal made all the rules, handed out grades, and nobody else had a say. Pretty stressful, right? Checks and balances make sure laws are fair, leaders are accountable, and nobody gets too much power. They force cooperation, even when people disagree. Some people believe the president can do whatever they want, but that's just a myth. The president needs Congress to pass laws, and the courts can review their actions. Others think checks and balances mean endless fighting, but really it's about making sure every decision gets debated and improved. Every time a court blocks a law or Congress questions the president, you're watching democracy in action. Checks and balances protect your rights and your future. So the next time you hear about a political battle, remember, it's the system keeping power in check for all of us.